I wanted to show you how to use Whiteboard.fi in your live lessons to increase student engagement and student participation. And it's just a great teaching tool um, to help you help your students reach those objectives. So first things first, obviously, you need to go to Whiteboard.fi and you need to log in as a teacher.
So now that you should be on a page like mine. Okay, go up to schedule.
And so the free version, so if we just go back, if you're logged in, the free version is really it's good. I used it to teach for a long time. Um, and so if you can get really familiar with that free version, I think that's a great start. So you create a new class,
Okay, now you're going to reoccurring.
and here is the first thing that pops up. Now, as a teacher, I usually take a few minutes before my class to prepare my slides. So as you'll see down here, this is the teacher whiteboard, and below is where all of the student whiteboards will show up. So I would take some time to prepare my whiteboards. So down here, you can add as many slides as you want. And when this icon is selected, that's what the students can see when they're looking at the teacher whiteboard. Now, each student would only see your whiteboard and their whiteboard below. So let's say right here, this slide, I want to insert a picture of, you know, just some random thing that I had on my desktop about coaching. This is just a picture that I want them to look at. I can stick that right there. Oh, see, I accidentally put that on this last slide, but that's fine. That's the first thing I want them to have. I don't really want them to do anything. The next slide, I'm gonna have them do an activity where they give me a yes or a no. I don't know. And so you can create those. The next one, you're going to give them a quick, problem to solve while they do it, so on and so forth. So I like to have my slides prepared. So let's say all of your students have logged in. Well, let's first talk about how to get your students logged in. So let's say you have all your slides prepared and you are ready to send your students the whiteboard. What you click right here is copy URL to clipboard, or you just copy this right here. So you copy the URL to the clipboard and you send it to them in the chat, and they will all pop up on here. And you obviously want to set up your expectations, what you can and cannot do on your whiteboard, and you can monitor that right here. And so I also like to share my screen, and I just share this part. I don't show the other students their boards unless they give me permission to do so. So let's say all my students are in and I am ready to do the activity. I need to make sure that they can see the board that I want them to. So this is what they see right here. And I then want them to do an activity. So I've created this background, I've added a picture, I've done a grid where I want them to do certain things, draw a shape, whatever the case may be. And then I'm going to push it to the students. So that's that vocabulary there that we need to know. I'm going to push the pages to the students. So you can send your current page as a background. So they can't erase it or anything. You can also just send them as a page if you want them to move things around. The other thing you can do is send all of the pages that you've set up. I would advise against that just because you want them to do what you want them to do at certain times. And so you push that page to all of your students. Okay, and you can scroll down and see that. Another thing you can do is monitor your students if they are not doing it correctly, if they've erased it, if they're messing around. You can go onto their whiteboard and change it and push the page to that individual student. So that is the basics of whiteboard.fi, but there's some really, really amazing things that you can do when you upgrade. So first thing you can do is you have a library, and you can have all of these slides pre-saved, so that you can just upload those and share them, and you can share them with a team. There's other things. Here's some grid where you can change, the width of different text. There's the text right here, font size, different things like that, colors. So there's a lot of fun things you can do. Music notes, emojis, different things. And so there's a ton of possibilities with that. And then also, one thing you can do is download all of their whiteboards as PDFs so that you can have some data there. So that's how you use whiteboard.fi. Um, and just the biggest one is that's the URL to send them in the chat. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.